to make sure
what
this
about
is
Child Protective Services? I mean, they've got all those children. These allegations are horrible.
Wendy is strongly suggesting that CPS come into the Harris home and remove the children from T.I. and Tiny. Now, let me tell y'all, I'm really pissed the fuck off right now. One, because this weekend I spent hours on a documentary with T.I. and Tiny and breaking down this whole entire situation. I posted it at 5 a.m. this morning and YouTube took it down on some bogus copyright claim.
I'm done with Tiny and T.I., so I'm so glad that you're able to break this down as I sit over here rolling my eyes.
And my favorite part in that documentary would be the part that I included pertaining to Wendy Williams. Now, I am currently in the process of appealing that copyright strike. However, I was not going to let this sit, lay, or rest easy. Not at all. Wendy, you're fucking foul. I'm calling you out on your bullshit. Y'all do me a favor. Let's make this one go viral. Now, here's my problem. Wendy is over there on some fake-ass outrage bullshit. And yes, I know that everybody's business is her fucking business. This is her job, and it has been, and all she's doing is standing in it and doing what it is that she does, delivering us the hot topics. My problem is the Harrises have been reoccurring guests on her show. She's had T.I., Tiny, as well as their children on that stage, on that couch, multiple times. So how did we go from that to this?
I can't believe I watched ATL over the weekend. And I'm looking at it the whole time that I'm watching, and I'm looking at Tiny and T.I., and I'm looking at the whole thing, and I'm just saying, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Now, I know when it comes to your morals and standards and what's right and what's wrong, you have to be dismissive sometimes. It doesn't matter how hard you fuck with this person, how cool they are, how much you love them, their talent, how well you get along, your history. Sometimes you gotta throw all that shit out the window and stand for what's right. So the fact that she's decided to wash her hands with them, it's not what's bothering me. That's not what's grinding my gears. It's the selective outrage and the fake bullshit and the lack of accountability. Because yes, Wendy has played a part in this. And if you notice and were paying close attention, she told on her fucking self twice last week.
Now, why don't they take legal action now? People have been talking about Tiny and T.I. for so long. There was a time when we didn't even know T.I., we only knew Tiny.
So that was her mellow way of saying, I've known about this shit for years. About 3 days later, she invites guest and journalist onto the show, Devin Simone, where she brings up the issue again. And in the middle of this conversation, it kind of begins to feel like a titty swinging contest because Wendy turns to Devin and says, by the way, I used to mess with you when I was on radio, reminding you and telling you that I knew a lot more about T.I. and Tiny than what most people know. And that was well before 2005. Well, if that's the case, Wendy, congratulations, because honey, you're an accessory. If you knew that T.I. and Tiny had some sort of acts going on with sex trafficking and also sex trafficking in the process of pursuing minors.
I used to tease you and say, I know a lot more about Tiny and T.I. than you think, and that was well before 2005. Just saying.
If this is something that you knew prior to, y'all can go to jail hand and handcuff motherfucking hand. And how is it that the same motherfucking thing that you didn't give a shit about yesterday is the exact same thing that has you in such a fucking uproar today? Cause let you tell it, you've been knowing about this shit for a while, yet and still, you had them on your show and on your sofa over and over and over and over again. And to top it all off, this shit is getting redundant. Cause whether or not some of y'all remember, she did this same bullshit with that R. Kelly story.
That people are surrounding you and still wouldn't put you in school and get you as smart as your music is smart. I can't understand it. I can't understand not knowing how to read, write, or add, and I don't understand parents who unleash their kids. Oh. That's it. That's it. It's just a deeply moving story to me, because I know all of this story. He told me things, I'm like, why are you telling me this? I wouldn't tell, why are you wow. Don't cry for me. I know how to read, write, and okay?
My motherfucking ass, bitch. If you've known about this bullshit since before 2005.
What about Child Protective Services? I mean, they've got all those children. These allegations are horrible.
She's real fucking tardy for the pity party because these tears that you're crying, you should have cried them motherfuckers 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's easy to have your fingers pointed and your sights set on the villain, but the bottom line is that when it comes to situations like this, we need to start holding everyone accountable, including those who have knowledge of the situation and they don't report it, they don't speak out or condone it, massage it, smooth it over, comb it over, and pretend like the shit doesn't exist. Listen, please share this video. I would love for you all to leave comments down in the comment section, and I thank you for watching.